Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my brothers and sisters, wherever you might be in time and space. My name's Jericho Lewis. My YouTube channel is Freedom Outlaw. I've changed it several times, but that's the name that it's going by right now, the YouTube channel, and also I'll be putting some video clips on TikTok. So, it's been some time since I've made a video. And I had mentioned on Facebook that I would be starting videos again, so this is the first of getting back into it. And this particular subject we're going to be dealing with is going to be probably maybe 4, 5, 6 episodes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I'm coming at you from the man cave. Sometimes I'll be coming at you with a Jeep talk if I'm sitting in my Jeep and I feel inspired to say something. And then there'll be times I'll be out in the mountains and that'll be my wilderness talk. So here we are again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please subscribe. This particular subject that I'm wanting to approach, I was inspired by listening to a young man that I have been following for some time. I have a lot of respect for him as an individual, for what he promotes, what his beliefs and convictions are, and I believe him to be a true godly man, plus an authentic American patriot. If you've never heard of him, his name is Chad Wright. He's a former Navy SEAL. He has a YouTube channel, and I think he lives in Georgia, Pretty sure about that. But he has a program that he calls the 3 of 7 program or project. 3 of 7 project. And he deals with the body, the soul, and the spirit. That's the 3 of the 7. 7 is the completion. So the 3 of 7 is body, soul, and spirit. And he wants people to achieve the best that they can in their body, in their soul, and in their spirit. Anyway, I've been following him for some time, and my respect for him continues to increase. So I was listening to him recently, and he was talking about there's been a change from the old ways to the new ways. And it's disturbing. It's unnerving. It's not a good thing. And so I don't want to certainly take away from anything that he has said regarding that. And I trust that you will search out his webpage and listen to what he has to say about the old ways being gone or dead. And these new ways are coming in. And it's changing everything. So today I want to lay a foundation, not to take away from anything that he said, but just connect with his message and share my perspective and my insight on those particular things. And he asked the question, Chad asked this question, do you see it? I guarantee you there are many people that do see it, but there's also a great percentage of people that do not see the shift, the change, how things are being altered and actually perverted. They don't see it, especially the young people. They've got their nose buried in their phones, social media, video games, and they have no idea the price, the bloody price that was paid to establish the nation that they live in and enjoy the freedoms that they are able to enjoy. They have no clue because they have not researched history. They don't have an interest in history. They don't even care about history. And they have no idea the sacrifices that were made. If you've never seen this little booklet, it's The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, of course, the Bill of Rights is part of that, is within the pages of this little booklet. I have this with me at all times because it's the foundation of this nation. In other words, to use Chad's expression, it's the old ways. It's the foundational old ways that put this nation on the course to true freedom, true liberty. So, if you've never read the Declaration of Independence, if you've never read the Constitution or thoroughly read the Bill of Rights, you just heard bits and pieces, especially when it comes to the First Amendment, Second Amendment. I'm sure you're very familiar with those. I encourage you, you can get this on the internet, and it's not very much money. Forget a coffee one day or a donut or whatever, and order this little book. Carry it with you. Read it all the time. So we're gonna get into that in future videos of what this Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America is really all about. As I said, to use Chad's words, it's the old ways. And that's what are the old ways? That's the question. And then we're going to ask another question. What are the new ways that's replacing the old ways? What are they? These new ways are called, as the liberals, the Democrats like to refer to it, they are progressives. They're progressing. They think they have something better. They think their new ways are much better than the old ways. That's why they call themselves progressive or liberals. But that's just an illusion. It's actually a lie. It's actually deception hidden within propaganda. We're going to look real close at those things. We're going to look at real close at what liberalism is, what progressive actually means. We're going to look at what conservative is supposed to mean. We're going to look at the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Independent Party, the Libertarian Party. And we're going to take a very close examination and research of what's taking place since the old ways, the foundational old ways, were established by our founding framers, and what it took to establish those old ways, and how far we have strayed in almost 250 years from those old ways. So I encourage you to stay with me. Follow along, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave your comments. If you have a question, ask. I'll respond to anything except just outright stupidity. I have zero tolerance for stupidity, but if you want to have a civil conversation, we can do that. If you disagree with me, it's okay. I'm not going to get upset at you. I'm not going to think any less of you. But if you start talking stupid, then I'll just cut you off. I don't have room for stupidity. And stupidity is very blatant. It's so obvious. You can tell there's no thought behind stupidity. There's no research behind stupidity. It's just pulled out of the dark places, which I'll refrain from saying. Anyway, thank you again for stopping by. Subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. And until next time, Stay free. Defend, protect your freedom. Live with integrity. And God bless.